Hey everyone, it's Natasha. So in today's video, I'm going to show you our world geography choices for kindergarten all the way through 12th grade for the 2020-2021 school year. Okay, so I'm going to show you everything that we use for world geography. This is for all of my kids. My oldest homeschooled kid this year for the 2021 school year will be in 12th grade. I am going to give her a half credit in world geography for her junior year plus her senior year together, and because basically I'll explain what we do. So the base of our homeschool geography is the Universal Yums box. Now I have plenty of videos on these, so I'm not going to show you everything that's in them, but I'll definitely link the playlist, because every month what I do is we get a Universal Yums box, and it always has a really informative pamphlet that is the base of our homeschool geography that month, along with some snacks. And we basically spend about 2 hours where we go through, we eat the snacks, we read the booklet, we do some map work, and we utilize some of these other resources. In addition to that, at the end of the school year, we started getting the Eat to Explore boxes, and you can get a monthly subscription, or you can purchase a continent where you get 4 boxes for 4 months in a specific continent. So we actually got Europe, and we got 4 boxes, and my teenagers absolutely loved this. I also have a video on Eat to Explore. So I'm hoping that we can continue to use the Eat to Explore as well, but the Universal Yums is the core, and these months, or these countries won't match. So potentially we're learning about 2 different countries in a month, but really the Universal Yums is our core. And so we utilize the box itself, like I said, but then we utilize these other resources. So basically what I do is every month, at the beginning of the month, Universal Yums puts out what the country is going to be. However, you don't get your box until mid-month. So that gives me about 2 weeks time to dig up some resources. And so what I do is I go through this. This is the Master Books Elementary Geography and Cultures. And yes, I realize it says elementary and it says 4th through 6th grade. However, these are basic worksheets. And so in my opinion, these can be used for any grade, literally any grade. Little ones can answer the questions orally. Older ones can write it in here. It is, what's the capital city, what's the monetary unit, like all these information. I don't really think that it's grade specific at all, in my opinion. So I look through here and I see if that particular country is in here. And if it is, then I copy off the worksheets. The great thing about Masterbooks is you are allowed to copy for your family. I kind of wish would have purchased the PDF, because that would be easier to print than copy, but it is what it is. So I print off a copy, or make copies for my kids if the country is in here. Not every country that we get is in here. These 2 books, Children's Atlas of God's World along with Passport to the World, are utilized in this. So sometimes the country will be in both and we'll have 2 worksheets, or sometimes the country will be in only 1 and we'll have 1 worksheet, or sometimes it won't be in here at all, and that's okay too. Now, a lot of times my high schoolers might read this, or I might read this, but we just do it as a group. Littles to bigs, it doesn't matter. We have our geography and binders here, and basically what we do is every time we get a new country, we mark it down on the world map, and then we find the continent and we find the country on the continent. Then here is an example of some of those Master Books worksheets here. Okay, and then sometimes I will print out different worksheets off the internet if the Master Books, if the country is not in the Master Books. Okay, and then we will also usually take a look at Children Just Like Me in a school like mine, and if the country is in there, we will read that page. So last year we had Window on the World, but I had the old edition. So for this new school year, I did upgrade. You can purchase this from Sunlight. It is not a cheap book, but I did want the revised edition because the country information is more accurate in this revised edition. And so I did want to get the updated version. So I did upgrade that, so that's a little bit different than last year. Another book that is a Sunlight book, although I purchased it from Thrift Books, is Wonderful Houses Around the World, and this is super interesting. It shows the different houses around the world. And so again, we just check this to see if the country is going to be in there. So like I said, the beginning of the month, Universal Yums puts on their Facebook what the country is right on the 1st of every single month. And then you don't get the box until around the 15th of the month. And so that gives me a good solid 2 weeks to go through these and plan everything out. So another book that I use is Give Your Child the World, Raising Globally Minded Kids One Book at a Time. This is awesome because basically it talks about having a global perspective, but the great thing is it has books, it has picture books to chapter books for all different countries. Okay, so this is so cool. And so what I typically do is actually go to the back, and here we have the country region index. So let's say, for example, we were going to learn about France. Okay, so then it lists all of these books that are from France, and then what I'll do is I'll go to the mentioned pages, and I will read about a little excerpt or like a little explanation about that book to decide if that is a book I think would work well for my family. And so I try to just get a couple picture books, not usually chapter books, but just some picture books to go along with this. And then a couple things that are new for this year is I did finally get a globe. This is from Lakeshore. It just is a regular standard globe on a stand, and it can come off the stand. You can pick it up. So I did get that from Lakeshore Learning. Finally have a globe. And then I did pick up Hungry Planet and Material World. These are both from Simply Charlotte Mason. Well, I think you can get them anywhere, but that is where I got them from, and that's who recommends them is Simply Charlotte Mason. And so these books, of course, the young ones will just enjoy the pictures, but the high schoolers can, of course, read the information. And so there's that one. That's just, what the world eats. So that's super interesting. And then Material World, this is, the possessions across the world and what people own and value. And so that is super interesting as well. So I'm excited to have added these couple things to our lineup for our world geography. So anyway, that is what we do. It's super fun. We have a blast. The kids and me really look forward to getting our Universal Yums box each month, and we really enjoy all of these resources, and I definitely recommend all of them. And anyway, I will put links down below to where you can find all this stuff, including a link where you can get $5 off your first Universal Yums box, making it only $10. This is only $15 a month with shipping, okay? And you'll see, go back in my other videos and you'll see how full of information these booklets are. They have all kinds of information. It's factual, history, science, all kinds of things that are in these little booklets. So it's really awesome, and only $15 a month. But like I said, if you use my link, you get $5 off your first box, making only $10. And so you could try it out for $10 and see if you like it, and then you could cancel if you don't. But I think you will, so I think you'll want to stick with it. And honestly, that's like one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, subscription box out there. And we have a large family, and it is enough. This is the small size box. There is a bigger one that is more expensive, but we do get the small size. And as you can see, there's a lot of snacks in here, and so we obviously don't eat an entire bag of chips by ourselves. We just split them up. It's just to taste them and have fun. So that's how we do that. But if you use that link, I also get a $5 credit, which really, really helps me out. You guys are awesome when you use my link, so I really, really appreciate that. And I'll be putting, like I said, links for this other stuff too. Likely they will be affiliate links, but again, that doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help me out. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please put them down below. But again, this is all ages. Any ages can do this, and we just have a blast with it. All right, talk to you next time.